Hey guys, it's Maxie here and welcome to a special edition of the TEW Save of the WWE. This of course is our go-home shows for Raw, SmackDown and the Women's Revolution before we head to WrestleMania 38, which will be next week. It'll basically give you an idea of how we book a Raw, a SmackDown and a Women's Revolution show, although the Women's show may be a bit limited because I don't want them wrestling too long with WrestleMania being the following day. So hopefully we have a clear indication of the feuds that are going on. There'll be matches at WrestleMania. Tonight's show, obviously for Raw at least, will definitely just be rounding out that particular card. A lot of it's pretty much been done and dusted. Just go home angles. So hopefully it gives you a good indication. And yeah, hopefully we have a stellar couple of shows and a stellar WrestleMania as well. I also find it quite mental that WrestleMania is going out 2 days before Christmas. Quite mental considering when I'm recording this. But yeah, as always, cheers for watching it. It's much appreciated for taking time out of your day to watch the video. If you enjoyed it, please leave a thumbs up. Any predictions you've got for WrestleMania, any comments regarding wrestling in general, your own TW series, let me know. And yeah, let's crack on with, first off, Monday Night Raw. Sold out, 20,500 in the Moda Centre. And we basically start a hype promo for one of the big matches at the event. I don't think it will take long because obviously Cena's in it, and Cena's got the really bad case of declining physical ability. Yeah, it's just basically the last verbals between Marcel Barthel, the Intercontinental Champion, his manager Paul Heyman, and of course the man who is yet to ever win the Intercontinental Championship, the one championship he's never won, John Cena. And he's putting it all on the line. Intercontinental Championship versus career, Marcel Barthel versus John Cena. They just get through all the verbals for a $8.99 segment. So very happy with that. Obviously a strong way to start the show. Crowd gets hotter from it. Barthel looks $1 million, and the storyline gains a good bit of heat. So I'm looking forward to that one. That should be not a match stealer, or a show stealer match because of Cena's decline, but I feel in terms of importance, really good. Opening contest of the evening was a decent match that saw Drew McIntyre defeat CJ Robinson in 11-13 with a Future Shock, B81, sorry. Again getting the crowd hotter. Just a solid match to put Drew over, gain him some momentum going into WrestleMania. He improved his flying skills. This was also our storytelling match of the night. There's a lot of big matches, so the fact that this represents storytelling shows we're in for a hell of a show, hopefully. After it, we've just got a promo from Drew. He's hyping up his match at WrestleMania. It's going to be for the NXT Championship against the champion Apollo Crews, fellow Raw superstar. A-Star 100, Drew versus Apollo. And I think that really could be a match that shocks a lot of people, surprises a lot of people, and could just really be good, if I'm honest. I'm really looking forward to those two clashing together. We then had a decent match that saw Samoa Joe defeat Volta in 17:37 by pinfall with a muscle buster. This was a P79. I hope this was a wee bit better, but regardless, Walter was off his game. Joe with an 89 to Walter's 55, so Walter still, or Volta, is still a work in progress in terms of overness. The storyline did lose a little bit of heat, which is disappointing, but it's building up to basically what should be a stellar six-man tag. 3 members of the Magnificent Seven, Will Ospreay, Marty Scurll and Volta, will be teaming up against guys that have had issues with them. Former WWE Champion Kazuchika Okada, Samoa Joe and Andrade Cien Almas. So I'm looking forward to that. That should be a stellar 6-man tag. And they just brawl to the back. Gang warfare effectively, because the other members of the Magnificent Seven have got other things to occupy them this evening. It's quite cool how we've booked it. At WrestleMania, every member of the Magnificent Seven is in a big marquee match, so I'm really happy with how that group has went. Will it stay together post WrestleMania? I'm undecided because, of course, Superstar Shake-Up, as soon as Mania's done, a few people switch brands, so they may be split up. To be confirmed. I don't actually know what's happening post Mania. Haven't even thought about it. Then get a promo from American Alpha. They're hyping up their match against Pete Dunne and Noam Dar from the Magnificent Seven, of course, My Generation. They're going to be featuring in what should be an epic tag team bout. It is going to be 4 corners tag team match between American Alpha, between the newly reformed partnership or brotherhood of Bray Wyatt and Bo Dallas after Bo, bit raging after continually losing, turned back to the dark side to join brother Bray, and of course the tag team champions, two members of the Shield, it would have been Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose. So the promo A89 gets the storyline advancing with the segment. Two decent promos. Quite disappointed that Chad Gable never made it to WWE Champion. I just feel like the main event scene's too clustered. So I always have a very good tag division recently, so hopefully I can thrive in that. And about had great wrestling and a decent reaction from our audience. American Alpha pick up the win over My Generation in 1757. Chad Gable with the win over Pete Dunne by pinfall. B plus 85 is okay. Performance wise, I'm very happy with a 95 for Pete Dunne, 90s for Chad and Noam Dar, and an 88 for Jason Jordan. So you can see they put them in a high profile tag feud. Pete Dunne is just rocketed, and let's be honest, will likely be a champion within the next 12 months. Few negatives here, inconsistencies, motivation. Pete Dunne wanted protecting, so I was quite happy to do that. So we still got a good match despite that, so we get penalised for booking decisions. Then we've got a hype video for the real deal Mark Coffey. He's going to go alone. We're starting it early, we'll give him a match tonight, and as I say, he'll either go Raw or SmackDown going forward. Of course, Joe's out for 7 months with a serious injury, so it's all down to Mark Coffey's chance to break out, similar to Akam on the SmackDown brand. So it's C plus 68. And he had a match against Big E, wins in 8 minutes and 31 with the Crown and Glory. B80 there, much better performance than Big E, who, quite honestly, I've been quite poor with, so that's on me. And Arrogant Heel becomes the future and a great rating. So I'm looking forward to really pushing Mark Coffey on the back of a solo run now. Promo from Daniel Bryan. This one's basically, he just doesn't get it. He's tried and tried and tried for a WrestleMania match. It looks like he will be in the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. But if there's anybody that wants to go one-on-one with Daniel Bryan, he's more than happy to give them a fight at WrestleMania. So 89. He's a match tonight, and that's against Lucky Cannon. Good wrestling, decent reaction from the crowd. Bryan defeats Lucky Cannon in 12:23. Simple match, gaining Bryan some momentum against another wrestler that's fairly had a good run of results. A few negatives there. Short match and declining physical. But a B77. However, with Daniel Bryan celebrating, it is the re-debuting, the returning Shinsuke Nakamura. He's back and he just beats the crap out of Daniel Bryan. He debuts a pretentious artist gimmick, which got an initial rating of great, or pretentious. Words are hard at this point. A-star 95. As you know, Nakamura was available to bring back from New Japan. No point in keeping him loyal to New Japan. He's clearly made the move before, he'll make a move again. If we're losing The Miz, who would be loyal to WWE, they can lose Nakamura. Still have to pay, and far too much for him, but he's here regardless. But I was going to bring him in as a face. The initial plan was potentially to put him in that 6-man, and when I saw there was a spot for Bryan, and this is Nakamura's legit debut and save, or re-debut and save, I felt like, yeah, we got to go with it. So Nakamura, heel Nakamura off the bat. And then he says he accepts the challenge from Daniel Bryan. So there we go. Daniel Bryan, Shinsuke Nakamura. Out of nowhere, it didn't look likely 4 weeks ago until the contract situation with Nakamura. And boom, we have him in for WrestleMania and a date with Daniel Bryan. Makes me wonder, if we didn't have Nakamura, who the hell Daniel Bryan would have faced? Possibly The Miz. Would have kept him, but not a lot of stuff was planned for WrestleMania in advance. There was only maybe 3 or 4 matches. Everything else was kind of on the fly, but we could make work with storylines. And I think, yeah, that's a nice wee storyline we can open up going forward. Next up, the other 2 teams in the tag match, Ambrose and Rollins, alongside Bo Dallas and Bray Wyatt. So that's a promo from the 2 former Shield members. A91 gets the storyline advancing. That's good to see. Of course, because they're reunited, we need an over-the-top Wyatt family-esque entrance, so we get that from Bray Wyatt and Bo Dallas, so that's an A91. And the match itself also an A91. It was a bout that had great wrestling and good heat. We saw Ambrose and Rollins defeat Bo Dallas and Bray Wyatt in 23-22, and Ambrose defeated Bray with a headlock driver. So 81's good. Everybody there went over 90 performance. It's a really stacked tag division. A lot of guys are main eventers that basically are there because there's no position for them. But I'm hoping, as I say, we can get a good match. It's 4 stellar teams, they're all very, very over. There's a likelihood is it's going to be a lengthy match as well. But it means you've not got guys that are getting tossed in the card. It means they're not running like a 30 match show, which I would do if they were all singles matches. So I'm hoping we can utilise it to our benefit. And it's probably a thing on me, having too many main eventers, but too late now. It's decisions I've made probably 6-7 months ago that are now coming back to haunt us. And then we like brawls, so we not have all 8 guys just brawl to the back. So we end up having American Alpha jumping down, My Generation, 8-man brawl to see which tag team comes out. So it's how you would end a Raw, just chaos with the A-Star. 95, Jason Jordan underwhelming, and Pete Dunne and Rollins were good. Underwhelming as well was Bo Dallas. It's a shame to see how poor Mojo Bojo turned out after they split with each other. Bo fair enough became champion, but Mojo's just kind of... Well, he's looking forward to his future endeavours soon. Next up, promo from Tommaso Ciampa. A very poor promo, a B+88. I was hoping for him to knock out the park. And he says, Sami Zayn, really? Going for the feel-good factor, thinking, oh, the underdog's going to win, oh, this is what the fans want. This is Tommaso Ciampa's world. No, it's a world we're all living in. That's Tommaso Ciampa's. So, no matter what Sami Zayn wants, no matter what the fans want, it's always going to be Tommaso Ciampa world, and Tommaso Ciampa will come out as WWE champion. So, proper heel tactics from Ciampa. He's involved in our main event with Sami Zayn, and he's putting a couple of feuds together. I know you wouldn't normally have 2 Mania opponents locking up just before, but you got to go for that high rating. It was about that had great wrestling and good heat, as we saw Tommaso Ciampa and Switchblade Jay White defeat Kota Ibushi and Sami Zayn in 2103 when Switchblade defeated Ibushi with a missile kick following a distraction from Kenny Omega. We have to give Kenny something to do. He's not going to be sitting in the sidelines at WrestleMania. 3 good performances. Switchblade's getting there. He's still got a lot of way to go in terms of overness, but these kind of matches that will propel him. Both storylines gain heat. Switchblade gains a lot of skill improvements, which is good to see as well. Plans here, of course, WWE Championship. Tommaso Ciampa defends against Sami Zayn. WWE European Championship. Triple threat match. 3 former New Japan guys. Switchblade Jay White defends against Kota Ibushi and Kenny Omega. Kenny and Kota, we just can't keep these apart, especially at WrestleMania. And we finish the show. William Regal comes out, just did their match, gets both of them to sign the contract, and then they just brawl till we go off air. So really just cementing this good versus evil, just the hatred between the two, and an A-Star 100 ends Raw with a solid A-Star 96, which increases our popularity in 21 regions. So really, really stacked Raw. Going into WrestleMania, that's going to leave us with Barthel Cena for the IC title, McIntyre and Cruz for the NXT Championship, Samoa Joe, Andrade Cien Almas, Kazuchika Okada against Ospreay, Scurll and Volta. Fatal 4-way tag team match for the tag titles, American Alpha, Noam Dar and Pete Dunne, Bo Dallas and Bray Wyatt, Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose. Daniel Bryan versus Shinsuke Nakamura. Got Switchblade against Kenny Omega versus Kota Ibushi. And for the WWE Championship, we've got Tommaso Ciampa versus Sami Zayn. And that's just Raw. We'll still get SmackDown to go through as well, and of course the Women's Revolution. The women will be having at least 4 matches on WrestleMania, possibly might add in a 5th. So we'll have a couple of personal feuds, the Women's Championship match, and of course we'll have the Battle Royal, the Johnny Laura Battle Royal. Might try and put in maybe even a 6 actually if we can get all titles on the line there, so we might have a really stacked show. But we'll head on into the main screen just in case there's any news. before we then head into SmackDown, because you never know, somebody could get injured or another Virgil Devitt scandal and then you have to change all WrestleMania plans. So let's have a look. We seem to be safe. We have got a pay rise for Axel Teacher. That's fine, I'll give you that. I'll just give them 75 to keep them happy. Trent is away to... Where's Trent away? Ring of Honor, that's fair enough then. 64 rating, that's good, good, good. And Volta has good promos. So, overall, fairly solid. That's Monday Night Raw. People are unhappy. Are they getting booked? That happens. SmackDown Live's next. Back into it. Now we're on to SmackDown, where it's actually quite a short show, but it does cover everything we need to cover in a pre-WrestleMania show and a go-home show for that kind of event. You don't really usually have a lot of filler. Well, I suppose that's a bit of a lie. A lot of the time, the SmackDown shows, because they've already departed for WrestleMania, they have like access, etc., highlights. But I suppose here we are trying to really get all the main events over. So hopefully, again, it's a good show. Sold out. We went big for it. We went 20,000 Madison Square Garden in New York. Start the show with the Usos, and they're cutting a promo on the Monsters Among Men. It's been a proper feud between these two. Of course, the beatdown of Jimmy Uso, I want to say, by Strowman and Corbin, and of course Jay coming to the rescue. So A92, strong start to the show, gets the crowd hotter. Hype up the match, Usos are in action, they take on the Revival. Matchup was good wrestling, decent reaction from our crowd. Sees the Usos defeat the Revival in 14-16 when Jay defeated Scott Dawson with the Alley Us. Jay was head and shoulders above the rest. Scott Dawson was a weak link because of his character being effectively glitched in game. Yeah, it doesn't really seem to improve. But still, a B+84 is good. It's a shame that is going to put a pause to any proper Revival push. But we'll see. We'll see if we maybe try and get something with him. But big difference between him and Dash Wilder in terms of performance. Jimmy and Jay 94-100. And you can see again the usual technical and performance skill increase that we get every match with Dawson, which just shows the glitch. After the match though, Usos celebrate their win, but the Monsters Among Men, they want the advantage going into WrestleMania, and Strowman and Corbin beat the 11 daylights out of them. So Corbin and Strowman come across as stars, A91, and that should be one match that should be really impressive at WrestleMania, if given the time. Then moved on to just the Cruiserweight match with Cesaro thrown in, because let's be honest, he could make some really cool stuff happen with the Luchadors and the Cruiserweights involved. And it was a poor match, but it saw the team of Evan Bourne, Cesaro, and Bad Influence defeat Angel D'Oro, Rich Swann, Leo Rush, and Shane Strickland in 9:44, when Cesaro defeated Rich Swann with the neutralizer. E77, a few poor performances in there. Angel D'Oro, Cesaro because of declining physical ability. The same with Kazarian and Christopher Daniels. A few skill increases, which is good to see, but a good win for Cesaro. As I say, he's pretty much been struck with the bad case of declining physical ability, but I do like him as an athlete in real life. I think he's absolutely amazing to watch. So, sympathy win, I suppose. Next up, we had more Cruiserweight action. There was a decent match that saw the team of AJ Styles and Pentagon defeat King Neville and Jack Gallagher in 12:22 when Pentagon defeated Jack Gallagher with the top rope Styles Clash. Quite ironic that, because AJ Styles is in the match. But a B-73, it's a match really to carry AJ Styles because of his declining physical ability. Of course, we're looking at AJ Styles versus King Neville for the Cruiserweight Championship, in what should hopefully be a fairly okay match. I'm hoping that Neville can carry AJ, but a few negatives there. Our storytelling match of the evening. Pentagon though is celebrating. AJ Styles is nowhere, and of course Zack Sabre Jr. decides to just beat the crap out of Pentagon Jr. as he wants to weaken him before our star international match coming up at WrestleMania, as we have Pentagon taking on Zack Sabre Jr. Should hopefully be spectacular, but I'm wanting to really go all in Pentagon's push this time. So marquee matches, WrestleMania, big feuds, and hopefully give them one massive run going forward. Moving on to the US title picture, Fergal Devitt cuts a promo against the Monster Akam. He just says, "You've been on a roll, you've been beating everybody, but you'll never beat me because I'm the real rock and roller." Bringing some New Japan patter in there. But yeah, hopefully should be good. A90 storyline gains a good bit of heat through that. And the match itself was 6-man tag action and good wrestling and a decent reaction from the crowd. And it was the team of Johnny Gargano, Akam and Rusev defeating Tetsuya Naito, Fergal Devitt and Randy Orton in 1939 when Akam defeated Randy Orton by pinfall. Properly going in on his push because Rezar's doing MMA. A91, all good performances there, very happy. A 79 Naito the worst. Rusev sustained a sleepyhead, but he'll be fine for WrestleMania because that's only a 2-3 day injury. And the storyline for the US title advances is going to be Randy Orton defending the gold against Fergal Devitt, against Akam, and against Johnny Gargano in a fatal 4-way match. Rusev and Naito, the likelihood is, will be in the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. Few negatives, nothing too horrible. Thanks, Jimmy Jacobs. Don't take any photos. Kevin Owens cuts a promo hyping his match with Adam Cole. I'm looking forward to that one. Cole versus Owens, one of our big matches. Really just a case of Adam Cole always really getting in Kevin Owens' way, and we know how Kevin Owens acts in reality, so similar to that. Main event match was 6-man tag action again. I'm turning it to WWE 2015-16. Let's just keep doing 6-mans. But anyway, bout that had good wrestling and a decent reaction from our crowd. It was the team of Kevin Owens, Velveteen Dream, and Zack Sabre Jr. defeated Adam Cole, Ricochet, and Grand Metalik in 21:42 when the Dream defeated Metalik using the ropes for leverage. I know it sounds a bit weird putting the likes of Metalik in here, but I felt like he's over enough that he can be in these kind of matches and he's talented enough, so why not put him in this match? Zack Sabre Jr., it gives him a marquee match before he takes on Pentagon, and he's already taken Pentagon out of position, so it's all good for him. Adam Cole off his game, but a couple of storylines advanced, that's good to see in an A90. And to end the show, the Velveteen Dream floors Ricochet and stands above him with the World Heavyweight Championship. So we have, from the SmackDown side of things, Pentagon versus Zack Sabre Jr. We've got AJ Styles versus Neville for the Cruiserweight Championship. The US Championship between Gargano, Orton, Akam and Devitt. We've got Cole against Owens. We've got the Usos versus Corbin and Strowman for the tag titles on SmackDown. And the WWE World Heavyweight Champion as Ricochet defends against the Velveteen Dream. Let's hope he gets his act together because he's just recently been in a fight with Baron Corbin and Baron Corbin put the Dream on his ass. Overall, A91, solid show. So, I mean, when you add into account what we've got booked for Raw and SmackDown, we'll recap it again after the Women's Revolution show. But yeah, it's a fairly stacked WrestleMania, and I'm really looking forward to it. So hopefully we can jump in and have a wee look at Rusev's injury, and if anything else directly fixes. Punk's doing good stuff for Dragon Gate, but I think in real life he would be happy doing comics and retired, which is fair enough. Swan and Kazarian have been jobbed out too much, and SmackDown rating was just short of Raw's, 63.98. So it's good to see. So a few things I just want to quickly go over before we go to the Women's Revolution show. So Rusev is out for 3 days, he'll be back, that's fine. You can see here, people missing WrestleMania, Alexander, Murphy, Bizarre and Woods. It's a shame on Murphy because he would have been in that US title match because he's been a star. But painkiller addiction, so what can you do in game? And I also wanted to check one other thing, and that I cannot remember off the top of my head what it was. Oh, yeah. So 64.17 is our highest rating. Crazy to think we're nearly 6 years deep into the save. So as I say, we started this, as I say, after WrestleMania in Dallas. But cool, 1,056 shows. 100 with Royal Rumble was good. Obviously, we've had a lot of 100 matches, maybe 8 or 9. So Reigns and Seth was the first one, so that's precedent of sitting there. Can be hopefully top Survivor Series, highest attendance, reputation, I've just kept what it is. Buy rate we won't top again because there's been an issue with my buy rate, so that's cool. And it doesn't really matter, we're not exactly losing money, so I don't care about the buy rate. And TV rating, highest ever, we're about there. So good position, but we now move on to the Women's Revolution show to see what stellar matches we can make from our really damn impressive women's division. Last but not least, we are on to the Women's Revolution show, and it was in front of 5,574 at the Pepsi Centre. Great, it said we were anticipating 23,000 for that, and NXT show, and then it comes up 5,000. But that's not even the worst of the bad news. Kinda forgot to renew John Cena's contract longer than I should have. There's major doubts over John Cena going into WrestleMania. Don't be surprised if, because of a stupid mistake by myself, we may have to have last minute change plans for Mania and the IC title. Gutted, but if it is the case that Cena doesn't sign tomorrow, which is very likely, as I say, the contract expired on the Saturday. I didn't know until I got the alert. There was no alert to say he's got 30 days left. So yeah, if Cena doesn't sign in one day, which is highly likely he won't, he's done. We won't re-sign him, and yeah, we'll have to find a new story for Marcel Barthel. I'm an idiot, but what can you do? Amazing how it's all in the one video as well. For we had the glamour of the match being promoted, and then this happens. But anyway, it's not all doom and gloom. For the Women's Revolution show, we've got a stellar roster of fantastic women's athletes, and we start the show with the returning Dana Brooke. She's back from her pregnancy and maternity leave, and she's cutting a promo on Becky Lynch. She says, when I was away, there was no cards, no nothing from my former tag team partner of Fire of Might. So she's basically just saying, yeah, you're away having all this success, I'm left with no support from a friend. Bang, attacks her. B-minus 71. Gets the crowd hotter. Not the greatest promo from Dana, but hopefully we can build her up. She did lose a lot of momentum before maternity leave. And our next one was a decent wrestling match that didn't have much heat. Dana picks up the win over Ali Flair, giving her some momentum in 6:31 with Simone Driver. A B-minus 75. Much better performance from Dana. Good chemistry between them, but overall, just choose this to build her up. I was going to change Dana to a babyface at one point on her return, but instead she's now just a above average, cunning gimmick, as she'll remain a vicious heel. Showcase match in our women's division, we had an 8-woman tag, and it was about to have decent wrestling, but not a lot of heat. It was a team of Isla Dawn, Barbie Hayden, Nixon Newell, and Mia Yim, who defeated Kairi Sane, Laurel Van Ness, and Mandy Rose, and Sonya Deville in 9:26 when Isla defeated Mandy Rose by pinfall. These showcase matches will be probably a lot of the ladies that will get pushed in the future, but a B-minus 76 nonetheless. A couple of skill improvements, but still decent. Does the job. I probably do have to get a more updated graphic of Sonya Deville. Next up, we had a decent matchup. Ronda Rousey's warm-up match was against Toni Storm, and 9:22 she wins with an armbar. Simple matchup, B-minus 76. A great spotlight for Toni, but a good win for Ronda Rousey. Few negatives there, just the inconsistency and the lack of match time. So again, don't want them to go too far to knacker them for the following day. Becky gets her revenge promo on Dana Brooke. She just basically says, she did. So it's up to her if she's choosing to deny in her mind that Becky didn't support her during that time. But B plus 86, she says if it comes to WrestleMania, she'll give Dana a last whipping. So be it. So crowd gets hotter. Good promo. It leads into a 6-man match or a 6-person match. Decent match, which saw the team of Ruby Riott, Liv Morgan, and Sarah Logan, we only live once, beat Becky, Paige, and Bayley in 11:43 when Ruby Riott defeated Bayley. With underhanded tactics, we also had a distraction by Dana Brooke on Becky for the finish as well. We can see in terms of performance, Sarah Logan's had a few run-ins, so she's been jobbed out a little bit, hence her an 80. Standout performers, of course, Becky Lynch, Paige, and a special shout out to Ruby Riott, 184 performance as well. Again, someone should get a push in the future. After the match, cause Dana's down there, starts brawling with Becky. Sasha comes down, she starts brawling with Paige. So it's just really to continue to our storylines with good heat, with a B plus 88. And we finish the show with our NXT general manager, who sometimes comes in and helps out in the Women's Revolution show, the man of the hour, Nigel McGuinness, as he hosts the contract signing between Ronda and Charlotte. Nothing goes down, and no brawling or anything. It's just a case of this match is happening tomorrow, and it's going to be magnifique. So E99, McGuinness was underwhelming, and the storyline continues. So overall, B plus 85 for a Women's Revolution show. Sometimes I do book a bit more in depth, but really it's just getting across those matches. They'll be a part of WrestleMania. A lot of the ladies, of course, will be in the Battle Royal. So here we get our moment of truth of what exactly is going to happen. If John Cena doesn't sign here, then we are going to have to hunt and hunt for a shock replacement come the next show. And it is just a pay request from Ronda Rousey. So there you go, and there you can see negotiations with Cena. I had a look in the editor to edit a contract just to give him a one deal. That was fine. He didn't pop up. I accepted that. The other thing I looked at was the case. Just look through these. It's fine. To see if I could hire him in a one night show. He wasn't available for the shows I was doing in terms of NXT or the Women's Revolution show. But I'm hoping because of the prestige of the event, we might be able to sign him in a one night deal for Mania. If we can, great, fantastic. We have to do it in his area in game, perfect, because I had a look. The stadium was fine enough for where he's located. If he doesn't want to sign, pressure's on to make something happen and have a memorable WrestleMania. So just to confirm though, on the Women's Revolution side, we have Dana Brooke versus Becky Lynch. We have Ronda Rousey versus Charlotte. And for the Women's Championship, we have Paige against Sasha Banks, including on, of course, the likes of Neville versus AJ Styles for the Cruiserweight Championship, Zack Sabre Jr. versus Pentagon in the international match, Fatal 4-Way for the US title between Randy Orton, Akam, Fergal Devitt and Johnny Gargano. We've got the Usos taking on Baron Corbin and Braun Strowman. And we've also got the championship on the line between Ricochet and Velveteen Dream. And of course, don't forget, Kevin Owens versus Adam Cole. Try to remember these off the top of my head. Also from Raw, possibly an IC versus career match. We'll discover if that does happen. To be confirmed. Great, I would hope I'd be able to confirm that, but can't. European Championship between Kenny Omega, Kota Ibushi and Switchblade, Jay White. Tag team titles on the line as Pete Dunne and Noam Dar take on Bray Wyatt and Bo Dallas, American Alpha, and the tag team champions, of course, Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins. We've got, who else is on the card? Okada will team with Cien Almas and Samoa Joe to take on Marty Scurll, Will Ospreay and Volta. And of course that big dream match as well. Shinsuke Nakamura makes his return and he takes on Daniel Bryan. And I'm hoping I haven't missed anything. But of course the WWE Championship is on the line. Sami Zayn, Tommaso Ciampa, Good versus Evil. I hope you guys enjoy WrestleMania when it comes to YouTube. 23rd of December. Crazy! Considering I'm booking this in September. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to what should be a stellar WrestleMania. And I'm hoping we can fix the Cena problem and it can be an awesome event. So as always, thanks for taking the time to watch the video. I hope you've enjoyed the full journey towards WrestleMania. The plan is at the moment, we'll book WrestleMania. I'll take an extended break from this save in terms of, that's why I'm booking it so early in advance, because I wanted to get a bit of continuity and solid booking. We'll probably take the 30th of December off as an upload. We'll be back on the 6th of January. And yeah, we keep going. We don't stop with this save. As I say, in terms of that, we'll be straight on to 2022. I'm hoping the extended break as well from it will mean fresh, brand new storylines. But catch us next week for WrestleMania. As I say, much appreciated for everyone who's enjoyed the journey up to 2022. And we shall carry on. So thanks. Much appreciated for watching. Catch you next week. Bye bye.